We are starting off this midday with a live look at Bourbon Street, New Orleans, which the FBI has now released as a crime scene back to the city, and that is expected to reopen before the Sugar Bowl, which starts at 3 o'clock this afternoon. You can see though right now it is just quiet. Nobody on Bourbon Street right now, as it has remained closed. This is where authorities say a Texas veteran ran over dozens of people on New Year's Eve before firing a gun at police. Thank you for being with us. I'm Kara Sewell. Now, that chaos that unfolded in New Orleans pushed back the Sugar Bowl kickoff as police swept the Superdome for any other possible threats. The game is happening in 3.5 hours, and officials gave an update about 30 minutes ago on security and the investigation into the attack that left 15 dead, including the gunman, and injured dozens of people. For now, though, we do want to go over to Natalie Haddad. And Natalie, you were listening closely to that update. Police are calling the New Year's attack an act of terrorism.
Yeah, that's right, Kara. FBI also provided a detailed timeline of the suspect's whereabouts in the days before he went to New Orleans and insight on whether anyone else was involved. FBI says the premeditated attack started on December 30th when Samsudin Jabbar rented a truck in Houston where he lived. On December 31st, Jabbar drove from Houston to New Orleans. The next morning, FBI says Jabbar posted several videos on his Facebook page. In his first video, he said he planned on hurting his friends and family, but later stated he did not think the news headlines would focus on the, quote, war between the believers and non-believers, end quote. Now, in his videos, Jabbar said he joined ISIS before the start of summer. He also provided his will and testimony before the attack. Now, to recap, this attack happened in the early morning hours of New Year's Day, Wednesday. Suspect Samsudin Jabbar plowed through crowds of people on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. He later got out of his truck with an AR-style rifle and shot at police. Police shot back and killed him. 15 people died, including the suspect. 35 people were injured. Now, like we've mentioned, Jabbar is a Texas man born in the U.S. He used a rented truck in his attack. In that truck, investigators found an ISIS flag. As we've also reported, this is being investigated as an act of terrorism. Right now, FBI believes Jabbar acted alone.
First and foremost, let me be very clear about this point. This was an act of terrorism. It was premeditated and an evil act.
The FBI says Jabbar was seen on surveillance footage planting IEDs on Bourbon Street in the French Quarter of New Orleans, and then another IED 2 blocks away. Reports of other devices planted proved to not be true. This, again, according to the FBI. Officials with the city of New Orleans announced just at the top of the hour that they will reopen Bourbon Street and the French Quarter prior to the Sugar Bowl at 3 p.m. They say this is an effort to unify the city after a tragic event. Remember, the day of the attack was the same day the Sugar Bowl was scheduled between Georgia and Notre Dame. Been postponed to 3 p.m. Security has been elevated in and around the stadium and tourist areas of New Orleans. And with that, Kara, I will send it back to you in studio.
Yeah, you're going to see so many law enforcement there. Thank you, Natalie, very much.